Hello and welcome to another After Effects tutorial. This is what we are going to be doing today. It's a very simple but clean and effective animation. And this is what we did in our previous lesson, just in case you want to check it out. So let's get started. First thing we're going to be doing is create a new composition. I'm going to call it main. I'm going to import the image I'm going to be using for the background, just a random image. I will drag it into the main composition and I will apply to it fast blur effect. And then I will move it around just to get something different in the background, probably darker. Now I will type the text. I will type the name, then I will type the surname, and then I will type the position. It's very important to find fonts that combine well together. In this case, I download these fonts free from the internet. What I'm doing right now is placing the text so I can get a feel of how it's going to be looking at the end. By going to the position attribute of each layer, I can make sure they are in the same axis. Then I will increase a little bit the size. I will change the color of the name, something yellowish orange. Just getting the feeling, something similar to the National Geographic look. Okay, I will place the editor position. Now I will create a new composition called text, where I'm gonna copy the text I just created. I will delete them from the main composition and drag the new text composition inside it. Okay. So now, what we're gonna be doing is pre-composing each one of the layers. The first one is gonna be called Ernest Animation, and it will have the main animation of this name. So next thing we're gonna be doing inside this Ernest animation we just created, we're gonna crop the composition. Composition, crop. Okay, so we just got it. Next thing we're gonna be pre-composing this new composition. We're gonna call it Ernest. So basically we're pre-composing it because that will be the layer where we can modify the text, maybe change the font, maybe change the size, the color, whatever we want to do. Okay, so we come back to Ernest animation and now we are going to animate it. So we go to second number one, P for position, keyframe. We go back to 0 in time and we animate it outside. Okay, we copy the keyframes, we go to second number 3, we paste them, we reverse them. Okay. Keyframe assistant, reverse. Okay. So now what I want to do is to have them smooth. I will select all of them. Keyframe assistant, easy ease. But now I'm going to modify a little bit the curves by going to the graphic editor. So the animation is a little bit nicer. Okay, so it goes fast at the beginning and then it slows down. Okay. Nice. Okay. So back to the text composition, we're gonna be doing the same thing for Paul, pre-compose it, Paul animation, we call it. We go back inside Paul animation, we're gonna crop it. These are all the same things we did in the first tutorial. Here we go to composition, crop come to region of interest. Okay, we're gonna pre-compose Paul's layer. Okay, back to Paul. we see that we could modify anything we want about the texture, the name, whatever. So back to poll animation, we go to second number one, P for position, we keyframe it, and now we are gonna go to second 0 and we are gonna animate it out. Okay, this way. I'm gonna copy the keyframes. I'm gonna go to second number 3 and I'm gonna paste it. Same thing as we did before, I will select these new keyframes. I just paste it and I will reverse them. Keyframe assistant, reverse. I will select now all the keyframes. I make sure to easy ease them to have them smooth. And now we'll go inside the graph editor and I will change the curves for those keyframes, just as we did with the previous one. Okay, nice. So back to the text composition, we're gonna be doing the same thing, pre-compose it. We're gonna crop it. These are all the same things we did in the first tutorial. Here we go to composition, crop comp to region of interest. Okay, we're gonna pre-compose layer. We see that we could modify anything we want about the texture, the name, whatever. So back P for position, we keyframe it, and now we are gonna go to second 0 and we are gonna animate it out. Okay, this way. I'm gonna copy the keyframes. I'm gonna go to second number 3 and I'm gonna paste it. Same thing as we did before, I will select these new keyframes. I just paste it and I will reverse them. Keyframe assistant, reverse. I will select now all the keyframes. I make sure easy ease them to have them smooth. And now we'll go inside the graph editor and I will change the curves for those keyframes, just as we did with the previous one. Okay, nice. Now I make sure that all the layers in the text composition are more or less balanced. I make sure the composition looks nice. Okay. Just by clicking N, I cut the preview area. And to cut the preview area, back to the main composition, and this is how it looks. Very simple, very clean, but very effective. So I hope it was of your interest, that you learned something, and during the following days I will be uploading a couple more of these video tutorials. I know they are very simple, but they are very effective. Thanks for watching.